Okay, here we go once again with some help for homework sheet 5. Now the first question is to complete the square basically, and we know that we take a common factor, 3x squared minus 4x, take away 2, remember we just take it from the first one, and then we've got 3, then we should know what goes in the bracket, what we do to that negative 4 to get that number. Then remember we're looking at this number you've got at the end here, and we're squaring it, timesing it by 3, and then asking how do I get to negative 2, put that in there. Now the second part of the first question is a wee bit more complicated because you'll notice it's a negative x squared. So the secret with this one is to rewrite that as negative x squared minus 2x add 3. So get it into the quadratic form with the x squareds first. Okay, and then up here we took out 3 as a common factor, down here we need to take out negative 1 as a common factor, and then proceed from there. Okay, so take the negative out as a common factor. Question 2, in fact I think this is question 3, so let's find, here we go. So we've got 2 circles, given the formulas for them, and what you need to be doing for each one is work out the centre. So the centre, remember, is half this number with the sign changed, half this number with the sign changed, and the radius is the square root of the first number squared, add the second number squared, take away the c number, and you can work that out for me. Do the same with the second circle. The only difference is that when you do it with the second circle, you're going to have a formula in here, because once you put that p in, it's going to be some number take away p. Okay, and the number comes from this number squared, add this number squared. Once you've done that, try and explain what happens. Here's your 2 circles. Okay, we've got the radius of the first one. Let's say it's 15. What we need to do is we need to work out the distance between the centres, because the distance between the centres, whatever that is, needs to add up to these 2 radiuses added together. So if you work out d, the distance between the centres, and get that number, okay, once you've got that number, because you know the first radius is 15, then we can work out what the second radius is, because the 2 radiuses added together should make the distance between the centres. And then you take your second radius formula that you had, remember it was something squared, a number, take away p, and now we know what that's got to equal. Because if this one's 15, you know what this one's got to be, so you can put that number there equal to it. Squaring each side allows you to find p. For the second part of the question, how do you actually get the coordinates of where they actually join? Okay, once you know what this radius is, then you'll know what fraction along this yellow line you've got to go. Okay, so let's say for example that was 15 and this radius was 5, then you would know that this point is 3/4 of the way along. Okay, so we know what this x number is, we know what this x number is, so we can work out a jump of 3/4. We know what this y coordinate is, we know what this y coordinate is, so we can do a jump of 3/4. Right, question 2, triangle ABC, find the equation of side AC. So what's the equation of that side there? So that should be nice and easy for us. So we work out the gradient of AC, use the gradient, either point A or B, into the formula y minus b equals mx minus a, and we should get our answer. Then we've got to find the equation of the altitude through B. So that's this line here that cuts that side at 90 degrees. So take your gradient AC that you had from the first part of the question and then work out what the perpendicular gradient is. Use that perpendicular gradient in the point B, again subbing it into y minus b equals mx minus a. And then part C of the question, simultaneous equations to work out where the lines cross. Okay, for where we here we are. Show that x plus 2 is a factor, so we know that we're going to have to put minus 2 in. Go through our stages, and we know we're trying to get 0 there. Now you need to write down an explanation as to why it is a factor, and the explanation must include something that says the remainder is 0. Part 2, show that x plus 2 is the only factor. So from this stage here that we know, because we're given that, in these answers you should be able to write down x plus 2 bracket, and there should be another factor to go in there. So using that formula, you're going to have something x squared, some number x, and then some number. Now if this is the only right, if this is the, remember I've got the question wrong, guys. I didn't mean to write that. Show that x plus 2 is the only factor. That doesn't make sense because this is another factor. What I meant was show that this second one doesn't factorise, the x squared one. Okay, so how do you show that it doesn't factorise? B squared minus 4ac is going to be less than 0, because it means you don't have any roots. Okay, so for the red bit here, right, show that b squared minus 4ac is less than 0. Let me find the turning points. That should be fairly easy and straightforward for us to get. dy by dx equals, put it equal to 0, get your x numbers, do your nature table, all that stuff, draw your wee lines, and you'll have your answer. You know how to do that. Lastly, we need to work out where it crosses the x-axis. Well, that goes back to the first part. X plus 2 bracket equals 0. We know that x is negative 2, and I've just explained that this bit doesn't factorise, so that is the only place it crosses the x-axis. Where does it cut the y-axis? It cuts the y-axis when your x coordinate is 0. So you put 0 back into your y formula, or you get the number at the end. Once you've got all that information on a graph, okay, you know it cuts at negative 2, I've told you that. You can work out where it cuts the y-axis about. You can get a turning point, you can get a turning point, you can join it up for the graph. Put it together. Number 5, Mr. Smiley. Well, his plants grow at 30 centimetres a year. We don't know how much is cutting off, but we do know that it's not allowed to go above 200. So limit is c over 1 minus m. C is how much he's adding on each year, which is 30. 1 minus m is how much he's cutting off, and we know that's got to equal 200. So if you just solve that, you'll get m equals, and you can work out how much he's cutting off. Okay, that's us.